So in the last video we covered the rarest master skill capes and skill capes, and in this video, or top 5, we are going to be covering the most common skill capes and master skill capes in the game. Let's go. Starting off with the normal skill capes, at number 5 we have Attack, with over 212,000 achievers and 2,000 Iron Man achieving this cape. Now this cape is obviously so common because it's a combat skills, and combat skills are generally really fast and easy to get to 99. Now the Attack skill cape perk gives you 2% chance of not degrading a degradable item. This does not, however, count for the augmented items you have. At number 4 we have yet again a combat skill, and it's Defense, with over 222,000 achievers, almost being 223,000, and over 3,000 Iron Man achieving this cape or 99. The Defense skill cape is a good looking cape, and it used to be one of the most favorable capes to wear back in the day. Now the Defense skill cape perk is pretty much a sign of life or portent of life if it's not on cooldown already. At number 3 we have Magic, with over 235,000 achievers and almost 4,000 Iron Man that have achieved this cape or 99. Now this cape is very popular, not just because of its looks back in the day and still now, but because a lot of people made money by alking, they eventually get 99, and Magic is one of the most favoured combat skills and definitely one of the best in PvM. Now there isn't a certain best combat style, but Magic is definitely one of the most popular with PvM. Definitely these days at least. The skill cape perk gives you the ability to switch between ancient magics and the normal spellbook. At number 2 we have Strength, with over 236,000 achievers and exactly 2,000 Iron Man achieving this cape as of this point in time. Now this cape is very good looking and used to be one of the most popular worn capes back in the day, and it still is. Now what's interesting is that the Strength 99 cape is actually one of the more common ones, while the 120 Strength cape is one of the more rare combat 120s. Now the skill cape perk of the Strength cape gives Dismember 3 more hits and it lasts 2 more seconds. Now at number 1 we have Constitution, also known as Hit Points, with over 240,000 achievers and 3,500 Iron Man achieving this cape or 99. Now this cape is surprisingly the most common 99 cape, even though you have to get 3 combat skills to level 99, excluding bonus experience, to get this cape. Now the Constitution skill cape perk doubles the base life point regeneration, and that now works in combat since the skill cape perk rework. Now kicking off with the master skill capes, at number 5 we have the 5th most common 120 cape being Slayer. Now there's a reason behind this, because there's almost 18,000 people that have achieved this cape now and almost 300 Iron Man. Now 120 Slayer is now a comp requirement to get the Completionist cape. Sorry, I just said it double, but the Completionist cape is a very popular cape and an end goal for most people in Runescape. And that's why the Slayer cape has jumped from a few thousand people all the way up to 18,000 people. And this cape is now very common, just because of the fact that it's a comp requirement. Now the Slayer Master Cape, not the 99 cape, gives you the ability to choose a chance at a 20% rate, so 1 in 5 chance. And it provides the ability to teleport to all the available Slayer Masters. Now at number 4 we have Defense, with over 19,000 achievers and over 300 Iron Man that have achieved this cape. The reason behind this is that it's a very loved cape because it's white and people like the particles, especially those Eat-Ators, god damn it. But this cape is very easy to get as it's fast and AFK, combat is, and you can train it by training ranged, magic or melee, so it doesn't matter, and that's why it's one of the most common 120 capes in the game. Now at number 3 we have another Eat-Ator cape called the Constitution Master Cape. 19,308 people have achieved this cape and 360 Iron Man. Now this cape does take a long time. Even though combat is fast, it can easily take you over 500 hours, and depending on what you're doing, if you're doing it casually, it can almost take 1,000 hours. If you're grinding it out at the fastest methods, of course, it can take you around 450 hours. Now this cape is very popular because of the fact that it looks so cool and it has red particles and of course the heart on it. And you know, it's a cape you get eventually if you keep training combat anyway. It doesn't matter what style you use because you get hit points experience every time you train combat. Now the second most common 120 cape is the first 120 cape of them all, being Dungeoneering, with almost 37,000 achievers and 427 Iron Man achieving this cape. Now the reason this cape is so popular is because it was the first 120 cape in the game, the first cape that looked like this, and a lot of people wanted to grind it out. And it's been in the game longer than all the other 120 capes. and it's a fast skill and people enjoy the skill most of the time. At least I mean I don't, but it's a popular skill and the rewards are very rewarding, as you can get weapons, special scrolls, pets, and even the advanced gold accumulator now for 15,000 tokens. Now the Skillcape perk lets you teleport to all the available resource dungeons. Now the most common master skill cape of all is definitely Invention, with over 44,000 achievers and 1,365 Iron Men. Now this cape is so common for a few reasons. First of all, the rewards and things you get from the skill are very rewarding and very useful, especially for PvM and skilling. You can train the skill through combat and through skilling, so skillers aren't left out here. The skill is first of all very fast, and second of all it's very AFK to train most of the time. Now this skill can be expensive, but it can also be pretty cheap depending on what you're doing. The skill only requires you to get 80 million or around 80 million experience in the skill to get 120, so it's even faster than the other 120 skills because you require 104 million experience for those. The skill cape does look pretty good, but because it's so common, a lot of people don't wear it because they feel like it's not a big achievement anymore and it's not a real 120. Now the Master Skill Cape perk gives you 2% charge drain reduction while using invention tools or weapons and armor, and gives an increased chance of receiving uncommon and rare materials from disassembling. Now that was the end of this top 5. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
I'm never gonna stop, yeah. One shot, that's all you got. Take it right now, before you get lost, yeah. One shot, that's all you got. Write your own story, you control the plot, yeah. One shot, that's all you got. Could drop dead